in what's being called one of the deadliest flash floods in state history.
Over 130 people are dead and 170 still missing.
Families are grieving, and crews are still searching for dozens still missing.
This is the Guadalupe River one day before the flood. How does something so peaceful turn into something so deadly and violent like this? Heartbreaking news out of Texas this morning. The death toll from these catastrophic floods has now climbed past 100 lives lost. We're tracking live updates as search and rescue teams.
Girls from Camp Mystic swept away in the darkness during July 4th celebrations. Families are grieving, and crews are still searching for dozens still missing.
The Guadalupe River stretches over 230 miles across Texas. Normally a quiet escape for campers and kayakers, this river turned into a deadly force. Let's break it down. From the rainfall upstream to the towns left underwater. When rainfall hits faster than the land can absorb it, all the water rushes straight into the river system. The river swells, then spills out, flooding roads, homes, and anything in its path. There is nothing capable of stopping it. The river rose 26 feet in 45 minutes.
Fox Weather's Robert Ray is on the ground in Kerrville, where the devastation is unimaginable. Behind him, you can see uprooted trees, collapsed riverbanks. The Guadalupe River turned into a monster overnight. And here's the chilling part. 28 of the victims were young girls from Camp Mystic, swept away in the darkness during July 4th celebrations. Families are grieving, and crews are still searching for dozens still.
Crews trudged through debris and waded into swollen riverbanks Monday in the search for victims of catastrophic flooding over the July 4th weekend that has killed nearly 90 people in Texas, including more than 24 campers and counselors from an all-girls Christian camp. According to Associated Press video footage from Lorena Guillen in Kerrville, Texas shows a person being rescued on Friday and further flood damage on Sunday. With additional rain on the way, the risk of more flooding was still high in saturated parts of central Texas. Authorities said the death toll was sure to rise as crews looked for the many people who were still missing. On Thursday, the National Weather Service advised of potential flooding and then sent out a series of flash flood warnings in the early hours of Friday before issuing flash flood emergency.
Bro, what? Oh, dog is taking the house? What? The up house.
Oh, there's a cat in there. There's a cat.
Oh. Imagine being asleep in the crib. Dude, that's fucked up. You still hear shit breaking.
Right now, it's all hands on deck. Helicopters buzzing overhead since 3 a.m., heavy machinery hauling debris, volunteers combing the riverbanks. Robert describes it as a race against time. He says they're looking for miracles. Federal aid is en route, with President Trump set to tour the damage Friday. But for many here, it's already too late. When asked if he's ever seen flooding this deadly, Robert compared it to eastern Kentucky's disaster 3 years ago, but stressed the loss of life here is unlike anything he's witnessed. He warned against comparing it to Hurricane Helene, though. He said that was total infrastructure collapse. Here, communications are up, but the human toll, unfathomable. We'll keep you updated as daylight reveals more. To the first responders risking everything, thank you. And to the families, our hearts are with you. Drop a comment below. How can we help? Smash that subscribe for breaking updates. Stay strong, Texas.
Many of the dramatic moments from the historic floods were captured in haunting videos, including this woman carried 20 miles in raging floodwaters, ends up clutching to a tree. Now Jim Murray can reveal who that woman is.
Help is coming! A woman clings to a tree. Her clothes have been ripped from her body. We now know who she is. Her name is Devin Smith. She's 22. She was swept 20 miles downriver, over dams and under bridges, and clung to the tree for over an hour before she was rescued.
I was hollering across the river. She saw me.
Carl Jeter shot the video that's being seen around the world. Was she dodging debris and objects on her 20-mile journey? It must have been harrowing.
Oh, yeah. She told of RVs that would pass her by, vehicles, refrigerators.
4 of her family members have been found dead. A 5th is still missing.
As the floodwaters surged through towns, people had almost no warning. Entire neighborhoods were suddenly cut off. Roads submerged, bridges collapsed, and emergency lines overwhelmed. Some residents had only minutes to escape. Others never had a chance. Many climbed to rooftops, waving towels, shining phone lights, or writing help in chalk to be spotted from the air. First responders, police, fire crews, National Guard units braved fast-moving waters and unstable terrain. To pull hundreds of people to safety, boats ran non-stop. Helicopters dropped supplies and lifted the stranded. But it wasn't just official crews out there. Neighbors turned into rescuers. Fishermen brought in their own boats. Off-roaders with lifted trucks ran supply drops. One man even tied garden hose together to rescue an elderly couple from a floating porch. When the waters finally receded, the real damage was revealed. Streets caked in mud, homes filled with debris, vehicles tossed like toys, thousands displaced, many with nothing but the clothes on their back.
The city invested in flood control dams. We've made progress, but clearly it's not enough. Either we haven't learned the right lessons, or the lessons just aren't keeping up with what's happening now. Because these floods, they aren't getting gentler. They're getting faster, more violent, more unpredictable. And here's where it gets real. This wasn't just a flood. It was a summer camp full of kids. It was counselors and volunteers. It was families expecting a normal July. Lives were lost, futures gone in moments. And while we can talk about systems and warnings and river gauges, what really matters is the people who aren't coming home. Sometimes history isn't old. Sometimes it's happening right now. And this story, it's one of the most painful we've had to tell. If this story hit you like it hit Week of History, share it. Let people know what happened. Stay safe. Watch the skies. And if you live near water, stay ready because you just never know.
As we wrap up, it's important to remember that while the flood may have passed, the recovery is far from over. Rescue teams, volunteers, and local organizations are still working around the clock to support those who lost their homes, their belongings, and in some cases, their loved ones. If you want to help, consider donating to verified GoFundMe pages or local charity providing food, shelter, and supplies to those affected. Every little bit truly makes a difference. Also, just by watching this video, you're helping. All the revenue from this video will be donated directly to the Guadalupe River relief charities. So please share this with others, spread awareness, and let's keep supporting the people who need it the most. Thank you for caring and for being a part of the recovery effort. Don't forget to like, comment, and share if you want to spread the awareness and help charities around the world to get the Guadalupe safe and back to normal.